What's up, everyone? Give it a few minutes for everyone to join, and then we'll start. What did everyone trade today? What's up, Sam? TSL, MGI was moving, CTRV was moving, KOL was moving, JGX was moving, everything was moving today. One sec. Okay. So my plan today is to kind of talk about some trades that I took, talk about my trading yesterday, and talk about the meetup in Philly. So we'll give it a minute for everyone to get in here, and then we'll talk. What's up, Brian? So there's like a hurricane happening outside by me right now. It's crazy. This whole week in Jersey is raining. So I'm stuck here instead of walking outside. All right, screw it, I'll just start. So let me start off with a couple of kind of like house cleaning things. So we actually finalized the venue for the meetup in Philly. So the way it works is August 17th is going to be a free meetup for everyone. August 18th is going to be a rest day for everyone. And August 19th is going to be the live trading event exclusively only for annual and lifetime members. So let me kind of show you guys the venue that we picked for Philly for the meetup. Give me a sec. Basically, we want to have like a big open space where everyone could kind of get together and like, you know, have a couple drinks, eat some food, and kind of hang out. Let me see if I can find some. The place is called the Liberty View at, here. Maybe I should have prepared for this better. This is basically what it looks like. It's like a big, it's basically like a big hall, but instead of having like wedding stuff on there, we're going to have just like a bunch of drinks and a bunch of snacks, and it's outside. I wonder if they have like an interactive tour or something. Give me a sec. Parties maybe? I don't know. It's like a big hall in Philly. So anyway, all that information is here on the sign-up sheet. The location is the Liberty View at Independence Visitor Center. This is the address, and this is what time it's going to be. It's going to be from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., and this is going to be for everyone. So we'll see you there. All this information is in MIC. I'll actually repost it right now for anyone that's kind of curious. Give me a sec. So that's kind of the way it's going to work. The way it's going to work is we're going to have a free meetup for everyone, cocktails, snacks. Everyone's going to kind of get to meet each other. And then Sunday, we're going to have a rest day for everyone. And then Monday is going to be the live trading event where Bao's going to be trading live in front of everyone. It's going to be completely free. There's no strings attached. We're not going to sell you anything. If you're an annual or lifetime member, you get to come for free. If you're a monthly member, we just can't accommodate you. We can't accommodate 1,000 people in there. So if you're interested in upgrading, hit up Tosh at My Investing Club and he'll get you upgraded. So let's talk about my trading yesterday, right? My trading yesterday. So yesterday, kind of coming into the day, I didn't really see anything I liked, right? I didn't see anything I liked. I didn't see anything that made sense to me. And oftentimes what I usually do is if something doesn't make sense for me, sometimes I'll force the trade, or sometimes I'll try to create a trade out of thin air just so that I could kind of get my daily fix, right? Just so I could get my daily trading fix for the day. And that's the wrong way to do it. If your setups aren't there, you should not be trading, right? If your setups are there, you should not be trading. What my goal was yesterday was to show everyone in MIC that if I could be disciplined enough to not trade, and if I could be disciplined enough to not see a setup and not get FOMO from it, everyone else could do it, right? So here's the thing. Yesterday, by the time zombie hour came, I had no bar on CTRV. I had no bar on the other stocks I wanted to play. And I told myself, hey, either A, I'm going to force a trade, I'm going to lose, or I could walk away and just make my money tomorrow when there's a better setup or a better opportunity. And in the moment, it was really hard to walk away. In the moment, it was really hard to say to myself, I saw nothing that made sense to me, I have to leave. So what I've been doing lately is whenever I get that feeling of, over trading, or whenever I get the feeling that I'm about to do something wrong, I message Cobra and I tell them, hey, can you cut my buying power for the day? And what that ends up doing for me is it prevents me from over trading. It prevents me from taking boredom trades. It prevents me from doing the wrong thing. So coming into today, yes, I had the urge to trade, but I only wanted to trade if things made sense to me, right? If things made sense to me. So coming into this morning, we saw MGI, right? And let me kind of pull up a chart for that. Or let me kind of show you this is what I made today. I made around $3,500 after fees. It's good. It's not bad. But basically here, let's go to what I was trading today and what I was thinking. So this stock MGI is up from $1.50 all the way up to $4. And the news on this was that Ripple, like a cryptocurrency or something like that, invested in them. And if you look at the daily chart, what I always like to do is I like to go back on the daily chart and see what kind of company this is. Is this a turd? Is it like a former runner? What is it? And what I see here is previously it was almost $300 and it's back down to $1 now. So this is a bullshit company, right? This is a bullshit company. I keep it very simple. I see that the long-term chart is downtrending on a stock like this, but that doesn't mean you could just short it because you want to short it or you think it's a piece of shit. What you have to do is wait for the setup to kind of confirm and tell you what to do. So my plan today was very simple, right? My plan today was very simple. I want to see a break of 320 on this setup, and I would be shorting pops right after that. So how did I get 320? 320 was kind of the support here. That was kind of the last support pre-market. So what I did is I basically drew a line, and I told myself, hey, if this 320 level breaks, I want to be shorting a pop next to VWAP, right? I want to be shorting a pop next to VWAP, and that's kind of how I'm going to play this trade. Because at this point, if this level breaks, that means that backside is in the trade. That means that this stock is over. So rather than trying to look for the top here, rather than trying to anticipate, I let the stock confirm instead, right? I let the stock confirm instead. And basically what my plan was, I could actually show you some of my fills here. Give me a sec. Let me Photoshop that really quickly. So what I basically did is over here, I basically waited for 329. I basically waited for it to bounce a little bit. And if you look right here, 329 was the top of this candle, almost 330. So I basically waited for it to kind of reject here, pop back up and short it, right? And if it kind of failed again, I would add to my winner. So the plan was very simple. Let it break, let it bounce, short the bounce, add to the winner if it confirms. And that's exactly what I did. And my game plan on this was to just cover the dip and walk away, because as you guys know, at 10:30 is when these stocks start to zombie. And as you could tell, if you just walked away at 10:30, you would have avoided this zombie move back to life, right? So that was kind of how MGI was. I didn't trade much size on it. I only made $1,200 on it because I didn't really get the full fill that I wanted, but I never got into any trouble. I never got myself hurt. I just basically waited for the stock to break down and confirm. And then I just basically hit it right after it confirmed. So let's talk about the next trade on the day. CTRV, $77, that's nothing. MGI is nothing. Oh, cool. So let's talk about cool. So again, let's go back to how I look at these stocks, right? I want to go back on the daily chart and see what kind of fucking stock this is, right? Look at this, almost $1,700 straight down. Obviously, it never hit $1,700, but this confirms to me that this is a piece of shit company, right? This is a piece of shit company. So I kept it very simple. Look at this. I drew my line here at 420, and I took a small piece around 4. And when it kind of broke, I added to my winner a little bit. I covered some here, and then I reshorted some here, and obviously I left money on the table because, I'm trying to take the easy money on the day, but basically, the way I short a stock like this is I use 30% of my size on the front side of the move. So for example, if my max size on a setup like Cool is 5,000 shares, I'm going to be using only 1,500 shares on the way up. And the reason why I do that is to not only manage my risk, but to keep me safe on the front side of the move. And then when it does break down and when it does confirm, I add to my winner. So again, let me kind of show you some of my fills for that one too. Look, I was shorting 4s all day. 4, 390, 394, just shorting, right? And that was basically my plan. My plan was to take a starter, take a small piece, and then add to it when it confirmed. And then I basically just covered on the way down. Again, I'm letting these stocks show me what direction they're going in, right? I'm not saying that this has to go down, this has to go up, this has to do this has to do that. My plan on MGI was a 320 break for backside and short pops after. Cover that. My plan on Cool was take a starter at $4, risking 420, and if I'm wrong, I'll cover and short again at 5. So the thing about me and my trading is I always like to pre-plan my trades. I always like to say to myself, this is the area that I want to get into. This is my target. This is my stop. This is what I do if I'm right. This is what I do if I'm wrong. Most of the time, I lose if it's 2 scenarios. One is if I don't pre-plan my trades. If I'm not pre-planning every trade with an entry, exit, and a stop, I'm going to be losing on that trade. And the second way that I lose is if I don't stick to my process, if I don't stop out, right? So on something like Cool, my thesis was I'm going to short at 4 and I'm going to have a hard stop on it. That way I make it robotic. If it pops up, I get out. If it doesn't pop up, I add to my winner. So coming into today, after yesterday of not trading, just confirms once again that you should only be trading when your setups are there, right? Only when your setups are there. Yesterday, my setups weren't there and I didn't trade, and it was the best decision I could have ever made because I was strong and I had my mental capital ready to nail a $3,500 day today, right? To nail a $3,500 day today. I basically told my broker to cut my buying power for the day, and that was basically it, right? That was basically it. So I like to keep my trading very disciplined these days because I was talking to James and D. Oliver on the phone this morning. My tab was away, so I hit up them. And basically what we spoke about is this: the only way that you lose in trading is if you deviate from your process. And the thing is, yes, you're bound to lose in trading. Everyone's going to lose, but you could manage the losers if you are just sticking to your process. So any day that you feel like that your trades aren't there, or I saw someone yesterday. Yesterday I saw someone say that just because they don't have the short on something, that they're going to go long instead. And that's ridiculous. You should never be doing that. If you are a short bias trader, you should stick to being short bias rather than trying to nail everything at all times. I don't use short trader. I use Cobra. And MIC members get 25% off their commissions at Cobra, so why wouldn't I use them? They have the best customer service, the best borrows, no overnight fees. Every other broker sucks compared to them. You're getting ripped off everywhere else. But anyway, so that was basically my trading today, right? That was basically my trading today. I didn't overcomplicate things. I didn't make it fancy. I basically waited for my 320 line to break. I basically waited for my $4 line to break on Cool, and I just attacked. And as the day wound down for me, as the day kind of came to an end, I contacted my broker and told him to cut me off for the day. And because they cut me off, I feel no stress to overtrade. I feel no FOMO. Even if I see something that I want to trade, I can't trade it because I'm locked out. And that's basically it. So, I mean, we could open up to Q&A now. I know people have like some specific type of questions. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any questions, comments, anything from me, let me know and we'll kind of talk about it. Also, if you guys want to upgrade to annual or lifetime to come to the free event in Philly, hit up Tosh at myinvestingclub.com. Is it okay to paper trade for a year while I build capital? I think everyone should first start paper trading. Because how do you expect to be trading in the real market without any experience, right? It's like learning how to ride a bike, right? Learning how to ride a bike, everyone starts on the training wheels, right? Paper trading is your training wheels. Whenever you get the hang of it and whenever you're ready, you could always go to real money. And when you go to real money, it doesn't mean just start using 500, 1,000, 2,000 shares. Start with 100 share lots so that you learn what it feels like to lose money. Because the biggest problem is that when people switch from paper trading to real money, the moment that they start to lose money, something clicks in their head that something goes wrong. So use small size, scale in slowly, but paper trade until you prove to yourself that you have an edge. When you sign up for MIC, are you charged 30 days from sign up or the first month? 30 days from the sign up. Do you change your stop after taking part of the profit? Yeah, I adjust my stop and I try to lock it in. But at the end of the day, the stop is there to protect you, right? The stop is there to protect you. So if you are trading with a hard stop, this hard stop should be where the trade thesis no longer makes sense to you, right? So for example, if it's at high of the day and you're short, that's probably a sign to get out. Or if the stock reclaims a VWAP and doesn't pull back, that's probably another sign that you should kind of hold back, right? So use stops as a way to protect yourself, right? Use it as a way to protect yourself. And as I'm looking at this MGI right now, I'm seeing that shit, man, 1030 on the dot is so key on these stocks, right? If you just leave at 1030 and you're short, you avoid all this chop. I avoided all this chop because now I'm not even touching it. I just use a market stop. Why wasn't there a squeeze on MGI and Cool? Well, on Cool, there wasn't a squeeze because there was no real demand. And for MGI, shit, the stock is already up 150%. It's up from 150 to 4. It can't go to fucking 10. I mean, it can, but chances are that's probably not. But I'm not here trying to find the top on it. I told myself, let me see how the market reacts to this news. And if the market rejects it, and if the market doesn't agree with this news and 320 breaks, I don't give a fuck what the news is at that point, because at that point, price action is what matters. And 320 broke, and I was like, time to fucking short. Shit. These are good questions. It's nice that these questions have been kind of getting better and better as people have been watching more and more of these videos. Yeah, plus Cool had an S. So let's kind of go over that, right? Let's kind of go over the fundamental analysis on Cool, right? So every day before I enter a trade, I want to do my research on the stock, right? And actually, let me show you guys. So for people that are non-members of MIC, for anyone that's not a member, let me show you kind of what we have for our members in here. So this is our video library. These are all the topics we cover in our video library. So what we do is we have a weekly series called Fundamental Analysis, where we have 23 different episodes of how to dive deep into filings. And every single week we have a new episode, but basically our moderator, Chicago Trader, teaches our members how to read filings, right? So after watching these videos, I basically went to Cool on the fundamental analysis. I saw that they have a shelf registered from last month. They have a shelf for almost 4.4 million. That's big, right? 4.4 shares right? 4.4 million shares. So when I see that, I know that this company likes to dilute, and that gives me an edge. So reading the filings gives you an edge, and we basically teach everyone how to do all that stuff. So again, these are kind of some of the perks that you have being an MIC member. Like, I know we always talk about you get everything free when you join, but the truth of the matter is you're getting almost a video every single day, a members only video every single day. I do Instagram lives on Mondays usually. Bao does them on Tuesdays. Tosh does a new member webinar on Wednesdays. Aloha Trader does an MIC strategy webinar on Thursday. Friday, we have a trade review video. Saturday, we have Saturday morning Q&A. And Sunday, we have a fundamental analysis video and a trading basics video. So let me kind of show you the trading basics video as well. In this week's trading basics, Joe talked about greedy trading and basic tape reading. Last week, he talked about how to handle a losing streak. So all these important videos that I think traders need to see, we have in an MIC. The only videos that we want to release to our members are videos that I want to see myself, right? These are the things that I want to see myself. And Bao always says it good. You could be trading for 3, 4, 5 years and you're still not profitable. So why not just take a chance and pay $179 for a month and watch all the videos all month and then cancel or something? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much value in all these videos. I think we're up to 400 videos and 150 hours of content and something crazy like that. But regardless, I watch all the videos every single day. I've been trading for almost 5 years now, and I'm still putting in the work to improve every single day. So if you're not putting in the work and you're not watching the videos, how do you expect to trade against someone like me? Seriously, how do you expect to trade against someone like me that has 5 years experience, that is watching every single video, that is sleeping and waking up to these videos, and you're not even spending the time to watch the videos? Like, just burn your money instead, right? Just burn your money instead. You get what you put into this game, right? You get what you put in. If you're putting in the work and you're putting in the time, you have an edge, right? You have an edge. The reason why James and D. Oliver are consistent in 1 year, which is unheard of. It is unheard of to be consistent in 1 year. Those guys put in the work, man. They put in the work. They are studying charts. They're watching all the videos. They're putting in all the work that you're not putting in. And that's why you haven't found consistency yet. If you see yourself drinking on the weekends or you see yourself partying on the weekends instead of studying, no problem. I don't give a fuck. But you shouldn't be complaining that you're not understanding the mechanics of this yet, right? So again, you get what you put in. And remember that if someone like me that has 5 years experience, that's made millions of dollars trading, is still putting in the work, how can you that has made no money, that has no experience, not put in the time to watch these videos? So hopefully this lights a fire under your ass to really spend the time to watch all the videos that we have there. So anyway, what else? Any other questions? Sorry, I'm like looking all around. Oh, let me show you guys my setup. I think I've showed you guys in the past, but let me kind of show you what I'm working with. So this is kind of my church every day. This is where I Photoshop everything. This is where everything is 3D printed. Yeah, this is everything basically. Why don't I trade OTCs? Because OTCs are dead. I need a volume to trade, and OTCs have no volume. Oh, show us the footrest? Yeah, true that. I forgot about that. This is my hammock for my feet. That's when you know you've made it as a trader, when your feet have a hammock right next to my setup. That's funny. And look, I've refined my rules so much that I am not even tempted to short MGI right now because it's during the zombie times. If you're shorting at these times, you're probably in trouble. You're probably not sticking to your risk. So again, focus on your process and the rest will follow. What other questions you guys have? But do you see how I'm very disciplined and I have a process and I'm very meticulous with what I'm doing every single day? Nothing that I do is on accident. Everything has a reason. So I wake up in the morning, I do about 10 minutes of cardio to get my mind right and to get my discipline going for the day. If I could show up and exercise for 10 minutes, that means I'm disciplined. which also means I'll be disciplined in my trading, which means I'll be disciplined in my life, which means that I will be a better trader every single day. So, that's it. I mean, whoa. SPY is going down. Is there any news? What do I look for to scale out of my trade? Well, it's very simple. I short at resistance, I cover at support. If it's holding support, I'm going to take a piece off. If it's breaking resistance and I'm wrong, I'm going to take a piece off and take the loss. The goal of a trader is not to sit at your desk at 9:30 till 4 o'clock. The goal of a trader is to show up to the market and pull out a paycheck every single day. If I could show up to the market and pull out a paycheck every single day working 1 hour a day, which is what I've been doing every single month for the past couple months, I'm winning in this game. I was just telling James and D'Oliver on the phone a couple hours ago that, hey man, I'm trading from 9:30 to 10:30 and I'm making $3,500 on the day. People dream of that money. So why do I have to sit there until 4 o'clock and try to make $4,000 or try to make more and more money? After a certain point, you have to recognize that you have to just show up and make money. You have to just show up, make your money, and leave. Because the longer you stay at the casino, the longer you stay at the table, the longer and the higher odds you have of losing money. Yeah, I always add to the stock when it goes in my favor. I always want to add to a winner rather than add to a loser. I want to add when I'm right, not when I'm wrong. It sounds so simple in hindsight, right? But people always say, I want to improve my average, I want to do this and that. I'd rather have a shitty average when the stock is confirmed with zero stress rather than trying to find the top on something that doesn't really make sense. What did I do before trading to raise money? I worked at Starbucks, man. I worked at Starbucks. I was making nothing. I was literally making nothing at Starbucks, bro. Nothing. I think it was like $150 a week, right? But what I ended up doing is I sold the rims on my car, bro. I sold the rims on my car for $2,000 to fund my last account. And at that point, when I knew that I couldn't fucking fuck up again, is when I started to take it really seriously. When you take trading as a business and you treat it as a job and you treat it as showing up to the day every single day and you're doing work rather than a hobby or a game or playing, then you start to make real money. The market has humbled me so many times that I know that I'm never going to be right all the time. The market's going to be right all the time. So as long as I just wait for my confirmation, as long as I just wait for my setups to come to me, as long as I just fucking wait for these stocks to break down and piggyback the direction they're going on, I'm making money, man. This is so fucking simple, bro. Look at this. I just drew my based on my line, right? I based on my line, and I covered too early. And I still made money. I covered at like 320 and I still made money. You know? I'm just basically waiting for the stocks to come to my levels, and that's when I'm going to attack it. Let it break down, let it come to me, and not be greedy. Greed is another big factor, right? Greed is another big factor that I've been struggling with for a very long time. Part of trading is recognizing what your strengths are and what your weaknesses are. My strengths are that I am very, very good at technical analysis. My weaknesses are that I'm pretty greedy when it comes to trading. And yeah, that's a flaw. And yeah, I'm not proud of it. But the way to combat my flaws is to just openly talk about it and talk about what I'm feeling and how I could combat it. So the way that I combat greed is that I just stick to my zombie rules. After 10:30, if I'm not in the green, I am cutting my trading off, right? I am cutting my trading off. It's the same thing with MBY that other day. I covered at 118 into zombie times and I walked away and I cut myself off. If I did not cut myself off after 10:30, I would have lost $10,000, $20,000. Instead, I lost $1,000 that day and I came the next day and made $17,000. So the key for my trading is very simple. I just want to show up every single day, make my money, cut it off at 10:30 and enjoy the rest of my day. And if I could show up and make 3 grand in 1 hour every single day, that puts me in the 1%. That puts me exactly where I want to be. And even if I make $500 a day, it doesn't matter because I'm sticking to my process. It's like you go fishing. You're not going to catch a fucking 5,000 pound marlin every single day. Some days you're going to catch a fucking shoe, right? And that doesn't mean that your process for fishing is wrong. It just means that, hey, the odds are not in your favor today. The setup on Cool was short the $4 line using 420 as resistance because of their fundamental, because after doing research and seeing their fundamental analysis, they are a company that likes to dilute very often. So that's it, guys. I mean, look, I don't like to overcomplicate things. I don't like to make these things very complex. I'm not trying to sound like a genius to you with these mathematical equations and all these fucking things that all these people are doing. If you just keep it simple, you could show up to the market every single day like me and just make your money. Just focus on your, oh, Beyond is about to go red. Sorry, I have fucking ADD sometimes. How many accounts did I blow up after? I stopped counting, bro. I stopped counting. That's the thing. Someone asked me yesterday too, did you ever blow up an account? Motherfucker, you show me someone that hasn't blown up an account that's been a successful trader, I'll show you a fucking pony that flies. Doesn't exist, man. It doesn't exist. You need to lose to learn how to win. It's only after you feel the pain of losing so many times that you do everything in your power to avoid that happening all over again. Shit, this Beyond is tempting me, but the thing is, like, wow. Fuck, look at this shit. 200 to 168. Fucking shit. See, now I have so much FOMO that I want to trade this, but I can't because my broker cut me off. So imagine I was just sitting at the desk. I would be trying to short this and play this, and I would probably lose. But because I eliminated myself out of the equation and because I had the broker cut me off, I'm just chilling now. I can't wait to finish this. I cannot wait. So that's basically it. So do you guys have any other questions for me? If not, I'm going to probably wrap it up. This fucking hurricane outside is getting worse. Basically, my plan on MGI is there's no real play for me on it anymore. I just want to see it kind of do its thing. I make my money in the morning. I don't want to overcomplicate things. If it gets to, 315, 320 level, yeah, that's going to be a great short. But because zombie times, you cannot use size. So just because it gets to your key levels after zombie time doesn't mean that you're allowed to use the same size. What you should do is at zombie time, cut off your size a little bit so that in case things go wrong, you don't give back your profit from the morning. Yeah, all these are usually posted on YouTube. Do you have multiple accounts for locates? I use Cobra Trading only, man. They're the best broker out there. I got no reason to use anyone else. Yeah, or if you're too tempted to trade, you could just take it off your screens. That's helped me a lot of times, right? There's been plenty of times that I felt like over trading and that I felt like that I need to trade something, that if I just take it off the screen, I forget about it 5 minutes later. No, I would never flip another house. It was the biggest waste of time in my life. I'll never do it again. Not only do you deal with fucking dumbass motherfucking contractors that don't know shit about shit, the whole process takes fucking forever. How long does it usually take Cobra to find a locate? Seconds, bro. It takes seconds. I basically message Chris at Cobra, or I use a locate monitor if I need it that much faster. And here, I want to show you guys how it works, in case you're interested. But let's look up something like MGI. All 2,000 shares. All right. Oh, yeah. It's fucking easy to borrow. Duh. Well, I didn't even have to locate anything today because Cool and MGI were easy to borrow. That's funny. I was like looking at my locate monitor. I was like, why the fuck didn't I locate anything? And then I realized everything's easy to borrow. Yeah, the thing about Trade Zero is they have decent locates, but their fills are fucking terrible, man. Terrible. So that's it, guys. I'll see you guys in Philly for the live trading event. Today was just a good example of sticking to my process, doing the right thing, and the profits followed. Yesterday I didn't trade. Yesterday I didn't overtrade. I kept it simple. I mean, I didn't get myself into any trouble. I walked away with $0 on the day. Today I showed up, made 3,500, made up for yesterday and today, right? So the key and the point is trade only when your setups are there. And if your setups aren't there, you can take the day off, man. Trading is not about showing up every single day and trying to fucking kill it every single day. There's gonna be certain days you're not gonna make money. There's gonna be certain days that you're gonna lose money. But if you could just make more money than you're losing money, you're in the fucking 10% of traders that make it, guys. So that's it. I hope it helped you, and I'll put this stuff on YouTube. And if you have any questions about MIC or anything, hit up Tosh at myinvestingclub.com. You could message me on Instagram and Twitter. I talked about the Meetup location early on in the Instagram live. So again, that's basically it. Yeah, $3,500 a day is $70K a month. And I did that with 1 hour of work, right? And I'm not saying that everyone's going to make $5K a day, $3K a day. But after 5 years of trading, I've gotten my process so refined that for me, making $3K a day is a slow day, right? That's a slow day for me. So that's it, guys. So thanks again for coming, and I'll see you guys in chat.